Greetings everyone, welcome to Catholic Talk. Today I want to talk about going to see the relics of St Bernadette. They're currently doing a tour of the UK in September and in October, and I visited Westminster Cathedral to take a look at them. Well, I say take a look at them, I didn't actually get to see them, but I'll get into that in a moment. When I got there was a nice healthy queue of people. When I say healthy I mean long. It was quite long. There were quite a lot of people. That's something I didn't necessarily expect because we are in England, and I figured not that many people care about this kind of thing. And even the Catholics in England, a lot of them might not read Catholic press, Catholic news, so they probably won't know the relics are here. But I'd say I had to wait about 15 minutes in the line to get into the cathedral. We were given some prayer cards by this lady with a prayer to St Bernadette, and we could also write our intentions on that card, and then when we got inside we could put them into a box where people put their prayer intentions, and then there was a golden box there that had the relics of St Bernadette. Now, I don't want to be picky, but I thought we'd at least get to see them. I could understand why they perhaps wouldn't be laid out on a table, because then people would start picking them up, touching them. Some people might start rubbing them against themselves, thinking that will somehow help them with their prayers. But I thought we'd at least see the relics perhaps behind some kind of a glass container. But instead they were sort of hidden away in a golden box. And I had to actually ask one of the staff members there, what are the relics? Because we can't actually see them. And she explained that it was some body parts of St Bernadette. I think there were some ribs there and some of her hair and a few other parts. And yeah, people were standing in front of the relics and they were praying, and they were kneeling and praying. I knelt down and said a prayer. There were some people who were kind of doing this thing where they were praying in such an emotional way in front of that box of relics from St Bernadette that I just thought, and again, like, I'm Catholic, I'm not Protestant, I don't accuse Catholics of being idolatrous, but sometimes when you see the way some people pray in front of a statue or in front of relics, items of a saint, you almost get the impression that they do feel that that item is going to heal them. And that's probably one thing that I'm not completely comfortable with. Like, I feel sometimes like if you're going to say a prayer to Saint Bernadette, would she listen to you more because you're saying this in front of some of her body parts, her former body parts, than if you were just praying to her for her intercession? If you ask for intercession in front of some relics, is she going to care more about your prayer than if you ask for her intercession just at home or in a church or wherever? So that's something that I found a little bit, just the people who seemed, and I'm not going to accuse them, but they seemed like they felt that standing in front of this relic this is what's going to do it. And I got the impression that some people did have that kind of look. Other people just said a prayer. They just sort of had a look. I mean, it was weird because some people were just looking. Like, a lot of people were praying, but some people were just looking at the relics, but you couldn't see the relic, so you're just looking at a box. So I don't know, there was something, again, back to that thing of they didn't show the actual relics. I don't know if they showed them later. I know that there was like a night vigil, perhaps they had them out somewhere in a more see-through container, but there was a mass after this. It was starting not long after I'd got there to see the relics, so I went into the mass. I was there for the mass, and then after we were leaving, there were a couple of ladies in front of me, and one was saying to the other, "Did you get to see the relics?" And the other one said, "Well, I didn't actually get to see them. They were in a box." And you got that sense that there are other people here like me, or I got that sense. They were a little bit frustrated that they couldn't actually see them. I mean, I know it's just sort of body parts, and you're thinking, okay, you're looking at some bones and some hair, but still, you kind of want to see them rather than just a closed container where you're told, yeah, they're in there. Because you know how cynics could start saying, oh, really? Were they? Maybe they just said they were in the box and they weren't. I mean, I believe they were, but that was a little bit of a shame. But generally, I'm still glad I went, and I left my prayer intention, and it was very nice, and it was nice to see so many people there. I have been reading that the relics are supposed to be going to other countries. I don't think they're just going to the UK. And the reason that this is happening is the authorities at Lourdes decided that after the pandemic, with prices going up now, and maybe even due to the war in Ukraine, a lot of people who might have gone to Lourdes probably won't be able to go to Lourdes. So I think they then took the decision to actually have the relics travel around to the people. You know, kind of like how John Paul II, St. John Paul II, he started going to different countries. He didn't just say, come and visit me in the Vatican. He said he's going to go and meet you in your countries. So that's what they're doing with the relics. So they will be in other countries. They'll also be traveling around Scotland, Wales, and other parts of England. I'll put a link for anyone who lives in any of those countries in the UK if they're interested. Like I said, September and October, I think I said it. That's when the relics are here in the UK. So I'll put a link if you want to find out where they'll be when. And do look into whether they'll be in your country, because I think they'll probably be going to other European countries, and perhaps they'll even be going outside of Europe. So see if you can get some information on that. I haven't looked into that in great detail. But yeah, that's it. That was my little experience. Thank you very much for watching the video, and see you again soon. Or I won't be seeing you, but hopefully you come back.